Don't touch that dial. I'm Sam Maranto. I've been in the same location for almost 40 years, since 1976. And if you want to live longer, stay tuned. If you want to control your life, stay tuned. If you want to be able to control your weight, depression, pain, we all go through these problems as we're growing older. November 3rd, I'm going to be over 83 years old. And I want to be able to help you. And if you need the help, I want to explain what I do right now to you. If you can't come in my office, I'm coming to you. Maybe you're up late at night. Maybe you're in your office. But take the time to listen to this. If you want to live longer, if you want to control your blood pressure, even if you don't have a problem now, if you don't want diabetes, you don't want acid reflux, and you want to improve your health and your heart, you better listen to me, because I walk the walk and talk the talk. I do these things myself. This is an evaluation. Now, let's pretend you came to my office. I'm going to show you this evaluation, and you can even download it on the internet. You fill out this evaluation. It's 225 questions. It's going to ask you, if my mother only. People say, why do you want to ask that? Well, it's very important. Some people say, if my mother taught me right, if my mother didn't leave my father, or mother didn't drink. And then the question, if my father only, is very important. If he didn't leave my mother, if he didn't drink, if he didn't abuse me. You know, these questions are like the foundation of your life. They're very, very important. And you know when it starts? It starts right here in your mother's womb, like 40 days of conception. If your mother is depressed, unhappy, you heard of crack babies, alcoholic babies. Well, my sessions bring you back into the womb and they rebuild a new foundation. Why do you think I've been here 37 years helping thousands of people? Because I've got the secret to a longer, better life. And the medicine for acid reflux causes a lot of side effects. I can get you over that in a matter of 10 days. The medicine for high blood pressure causes diabetes, suicidal tendencies. All these medicines have side effects that'll blow you away. I don't want you to stop your medicine. Continue your medicine. Do what your doctor told you. You know, I started with a few doctors here in Phoenix years ago. Dr. Taylor, what a beautiful man. May he rest in peace. He passed away. He's over 10 years younger than me. Dr. Shostak, I had to see John C. Lincoln. He passed away. He was younger than me. Dr. Pomeroy, you know, Dr. Burr, a holistic doctor, the president of the Homeopathic Society. He's over 10 years younger than me. He passed away. Do the doctors have the answers? Does Sam Maranto have the answers? Well, you better stay tuned, especially if you're a professional ball player. What's the difference between a ball player that's great and one that's average? The one that's average could be taller, stronger, younger, and the other one, what does he have that's different? Up here, folks, I can teach any ball player to be better at what they do. Golfers, ball players, basketball players. Here's an article, November 7th, this one is February 23rd, 1978. What's the headline say? Clients sleep their cares away. And who is sitting over here with a woman that lost 80 pounds? A registered nurse. Here's an article that'll be almost 40 years shortly. November 7th, 1977. On the second front page, a lady that lost 150 pounds. And you know what it says? Sam Maranto on Indian School Road can sell you $10,000 worth of insurance on your cemetery plot. However, that's why he's so successful. Because when you get my session, see, after you fill this evaluation out, 125 questions, you bring it into my office if you downloaded it, or if you enrolled here, we gave it to you when you left. And then we go into our library, and I have someone that's been with me for almost 28 years. Bart Carl, who's like one of my sons. He's my chief engineer, video man. He's on the camera right now. And he will help me put together a program called Unlock the Power Within. And in it, it has CDs. We used to have cassettes. You can even put them on your iPod. You can put them on those little doojiggers, you know, and you get your sessions. Now, I got to tell you this, spiritual health is very important. And that's where everybody is going today. They're going into spiritual health. I've been doing it for years. Now, if you want to live longer, if you want to keep the pounds off for the rest of your life, you want to stop smoking cigarettes if you smoke, or drinking alcohol. I've had people that's been to Betty Ford and famous hospitals and spent $40,000 for alcohol, and they came out of these places and they went right back to drinking. And they came here and I charged peanuts to go through my course, and they quit drinking. I should have got the $40,000. But you can take this course for $1.65 a day. You can't even buy a cup of coffee for that. It's $2 a cup for a cup of coffee. People pay me $50 a month. This is a nonprofit organization. We charge people according to the ability to pay. If they have financial problems, if they have them, we try to adjust it so they can afford it. I'm hoping somebody out there that makes contributions to nonprofit organizations makes a contribution here, because I help veterans free. I make sessions for them. Kids that are being bullied, cyberbullying, and they improve their marks in school and stop the violence and the drive-by shootings and the school shootings. I help veterans and kids free. I need some help and support from the public. Folks, stop and use this. I've been in this office I'm talking to you from since 1976, going on 40 years. You don't have to have a rocket ship come to you to make you realize something has to be going on here. I want to just give you an idea, like you're sitting right here in my office. Here's a picture of the mayor and I before he was mayor. Came in my office over a zoning problem. Great guy. He's going to be our next governor, I think. I have a program here that, oh, here's a picture of that lady that was in 1977. There she is. She worked at Rawhide. She was over 300 pounds. Look at the difference in her with 150 pounds off. Here, here's Life Magazine, The Healing Revolution. This is Dr. Sam Benjamin, and he worked for me doing physicals. And they wrote an article on Dr. Sam Benjamin called The Healing Revolution. And this was in 1995. And he came here and watched me work, and he started duplicating the things that I do. He's a great man, a great MD. And folks, I can actually say one of my pupils got to be really famous. He's one of the world's greatest medical doctors today. Here's a picture of Marie Osmond and I, not too long ago, with her brother. And here's a picture of us together almost 40 years ago, 1976. Okay, she was only 16, he was 17. Here's Marie when she was 16 years old with me. And I made her sessions. One of her children committed suicide, and that's devastating. And I made sessions to help her. I knew her mother and her father, Joe and Olive. But here's my wife and I with Suzanne Summers a while back. And Suzanne Summers said to me, "You've got it going, Sam. And you know how to pick out a good-looking blonde," because she's a blonde herself. But she's into the combination of foods that ward off sickness and help you to lose weight. Here's Everett Koop, the ex-Surgeon General, that said I had one of the best programs ever for stopping people from smoking. And here's Jeff Bridges before he got to be famous. I told him he's going to be one of the world's greatest actors, and he's been up for Academy Awards. But here's a story This guy came to me, he's a professional golfer from Scottsdale, and he never won a tournament. I says, look it, invest in my program, I'll bring the best out of you. Watch what happened. There he is, Jim Ahern. He won $1.3 million, first win. So folks, if you've got a natural talent, if you're a ball player, if you're someone that feels you can do better, this program can help you do better and bring out your natural talents and abilities. Here's Ernest Borgnine. He made 95. Look at him. Quite a guy. May he rest in peace. Here's Tom Jones. Has my sessions. I personally gave them to him. And here's the rifleman, Chuck Connors. The gun he used on the show was a 44-40. And he said, Sam, you got to have a 44-40. So he gave me one of his guns. And my address here is 4440 East Indian School Road, and we shoot away your problems. If you got depression and you're going to counseling and you're taking medication, don't quit. If I tell you to quit, they'd say, Sam, you're practicing medicine without a license. I'm a minister. My boss is the good Lord above, and you don't have to suffer. You don't have to go through the problems that you have. You got to have a little faith. The name of my center is the All Faith Self-Help Center. Here's some ball players I worked with. Here's one, you can see me working with him. I won't even mention his name because I don't think he wants anybody to know he came to Sam Maranto, because his whole life improved after he did. But here's Esteban. At one of his concerts, he called me over and gave me a VIP pass. He says, with the work you're doing, he says, you know, he was laid up for 10 years. He was hit by a drunk driver. And I gave him some of my sessions. And he appreciates my work, and he gave me the VIP pass. So if he has a concert in town, you make sure you go see him. He's great. He's great. Some of you older people will know these people. There's Burt Reynolds, James Corbin, and Steve Allen, the first Tonight Show. I met him and his wife a while back, and he was marveled over my program. Here's Dan Haggerty from Grizzly Adams. He was in a motorcycle accident. They were going to amputate his leg. He came on my television show telling how my sessions helped him with the pain and got him off of the strong medication. Here's Marty Cove from the Karate Kid, pointing his finger. He's been on my program for over 25 years. Marty Cove, a great actor. He's been in many movies. Cagney and Lacey, you name it, he's been in so many movies. But I wanted to just let you know that if you want to do this program, you can enroll for as little as $1.65 a day. Let's suppose you got in my program and you spent $1.65 a day and it didn't do nothing for you. You'd say, well, I gave Sam, $50 a month and didn't do anything for me. That's not the case. There's people out there that say, my whole life improved. Everything changed. I've got a guy that came in after 29 years. He stopped smoking 29 years ago, and he estimated he saved $70,000 on cigarettes. They keep going up. People keep buying them. And I get $1.65 a day. If you pay the full thing in advance, you get a discount. Now, here's Charleston Heston that played Moses. Can you get a good shot of that? And here he is with a letter from him to me. He got an Academy Award. Here's what happened. I met him at a party, and I said, why aren't you doing more movies, Charles? He says, don't call me Charles if you want to be my friend. You got to call me Chuck. I says, okay, Chuck. He says, I have dementia so bad, I have trouble finding my bathroom in my house. I shipped them some cassette tapes at the time. He called me on the phone. Can you imagine getting a call from one of the greatest actors in the world This is Charleston Heston here. I says, what's going on? He says, your sessions have helped me so much, I signed a contract to go to Jerusalem to do the story of the Bible. He was supposed to come here and be on one of my local shows, and since then he's passed away. What a great actor he was. This is Jack LaLanne, the Juice Man. Now, you older people will know him. To my friend, Sam Maranto, I met him and Jack and Art Linkletter in 1972 here in Phoenix, and we've been friends ever since. So, this is the way it works, folks. Download the evaluation, bring it into my office. You only have to come once. I don't care if you have to come in from Tucson, Flagstaff. I don't care if you have to fly in from Chicago or New York. Come here one time, meet us. This is a physical office. I got people that work here. Most people work online out of a box number. This place is for real. Right near the airport, right near Scottsdale, 4440 East Indian School Road, right near the intersection. There's 3 buildings here painted red Sedona color. Got a TV studio here. But you can download this free, fill it out, and if you just want to do it and you live out of state, I have a special for $195. We will call you on the phone and give you the test results, tell you exactly what you do need, and then we'll design a program for you, and you can pay for that at $1.65 or whatever. But just to x-ray your mind, hey, I slipped off a ladder and hurt my shoulder, and I went to Mayo Clinic. The bill was $4,300 for an x-ray that didn't even show I had 3 muscles ripped off the bone. I got 9 pins in my shoulder now. $4,300. I'm going to x-ray your mind with this. I'm going to find out what makes you drink if you drink, what makes you take drugs if you take drugs. We're going to x-ray your little mind and find out, did you get enough love while growing up? Are you adopted? You've been abandoned? What's causing you to rely on drugs? Why aren't you the best ball player that you can be? Because you got everything everyone else has, probably even more, but you're not doing your best. Bring the best out of you. But folks, you can come into my office, 4440 East Indian School Road, or you can download this and we will evaluate you for $195. I mean, that's a steal of a deal. We're going to call you on the phone, spend time with you on the phone, find out what you need, where the areas, and then we're going to design a program that you pay for. And we charge you according to your ability to pay. But this is a good way of x-raying, finding out why you are the way you are. And by the way, I have a book out, and it's called Be What You Want to Be. If you enroll in my program that I have while they are left, I'll give you one. Be What You Want to Be. You can ask your bookstores for them. And with this, we'll give you a great idea of how this program works. But I wanted to show you a few more things here. Here's Carbarol, 4 times world champion. He came into me. He had a little problem, and he's been doing a lot better since. And here's a friend of mine. But here's a letter from California at a center, a behavioral health center, where my sessions have been used on kids that have been sexually abused. I kind of specialize in people that's had traumatic experiences in their life. And by the way, I'm a producer. These are my kids. I have 5 boys and 1 girl. I lost one of my sons in a car wreck, and that's me there with them. So I know about kids. I know about young people. I know about the problems that parents are going through. I also have a retreat in in Prescott, Arizona. But I wanted to give you an idea. Here's a good friend of mine, Herb Jeffries, who just passed away, 100 years old. He's been on my sessions for over 20 years, and I hope they gave him a lot of extra years because he made it to almost 101. Here's something about meditation. Okay? It states that meditation affects your brain size. You see it right there? And as people get older, their brain shrinks. Their memory leaves them. It's a serious problem for families and for people when the brain shrinks. And this here actually backs up what I say, that listening to Sam Maranto speak is like picking barbells up with your brain, and it expands the size of your brain. It actually expands the size of your brain, okay? So I'm just running through this because you can't get in here. If you come in, I'd like to meet you personally. Now here's Life magazine that had an article, Brain Calisthenics, Proved Memory and Warded Off Alzheimer's Disease, okay? So if you're worried about your memory, if you're worried about your heart, let me tell you something about your car. It has a motor, and you can polish the fenders and put new seat covers on it. You can paint it. If you don't open that hood and work on that motor, you're in trouble. Well, your brain is the motor to your body. People are eating wrong. A lot of people say, I eat good, but they're killing themselves. The chefs out there are killing us. I teach people how to eat everything. You can have pizza, you can have steak and meat and fish and corn on the cob and bread. People say bread's the spice of life. I teach you how to eat everything, only it's a separation of how you eat them and when you eat them. Folks, I've been doing it for 20 years myself. I'm still riding horses, lifting barbells. My wife is getting too old for me. She's a lot younger than I am. Here's a picture when we got married. In fact, this week, it was 33 years I've been married to her, okay? And what's it cost to go in the hospital? Did you know what they want in the hospital? They want $2,000 or $3,000 just for the bed. They're making wings. They're getting ready for you. Look at this. Pain is traced to memory. There's a lot of people that have headache pain, back pain, had it for 20, 30 years, taking a shoebox full of medicine. And you want to know something? It could be a record playing over and over and over again. We have a better pain clinic here than any place in the country. And a sleep clinic. People have all kinds of apparatuses for sleep apnea. Folks, when you come here, when I put you to sleep, my voice changes. And I have you visualize and imagine you're falling. Don't fall asleep on me. But it states here that pain can be traced to memory. You heard of a person has a leg cut off and the toes hurt for 20 years, and the doctor says, 20 years ago we cut your toes off. The mind recorded those toes. Your mind recorded if you've been raped or some violence in your life or a bad childhood or an accident or an impact or a head injury. If the pain stays with you, it very well could be a recording. And what I do is get in there and change that recording. I wanted you to get an idea. Here's Newsweek, the mind and the body. And that's where I'm coming from, okay? It's not new science. I've been doing this for years. Here's more about, I think I've showed you about everything. There's got to be, oh yeah, look at this. Here's a picture of me taken a couple weeks ago with my shirt off, okay? At 82, and that other one was taken at age 73. How many people have any muscles or definition to get up in their 80s? I recently was working in a yard in Prescott, and I fell down 15 feet, hit my head on a boulder. I got 12 stitches up in my head, and they said they'd never seen a guy in his 80s go 15 feet, hit a boulder, and get up. My wife, of course, helped me come up the hill, and I praise the Lord for that, because most people, even in their 50s, would have broke their bones and never made it. A lot of people die from accidents. I had two. It's like Satan's trying to slow Sam Maranto down, but God intervenes. I slipped off a ladder, and I had nine pins put in my shoulder. You can see the scar right there. A little bit of you can see the scar. Okay, and I was told that I may never lift my arm again, okay? Determination and the will of God. Here's the digestive system. When you chew your food, good food, it takes 6 to 14 hours to go through the intestines. If there's pesticides and chemicals in the food, it's going so slow, it's seeping into the sidewalls of your body. The way I teach people how to eat, 3 hours, the food goes through the system. You eat everything. If you want to find out how it works, I give you a menu. I give you sessions that you put on, because some people are stubborn. Their mother trained them, their grandmother trained them, they eat a certain way and they're going to eat that way. And the Hispanic people, which I love, have the highest rate of diabetes, the African Americans, the Italians. I'm Italian myself, and the whole family had problems because they've been programmed while growing up. I want to deprogram you. I want you to live longer. I want you to enjoy your life. So come in for a free session consultation. Download the evaluation. That's Sam Maranto. Sam Maranto, don't forget the name. 602-957-4669. Call 24 hours. Leave your name, leave your phone number. I may even call you back myself or my staff. God bless you all. And anybody out there that has a headache, you have backaches, your leg aches, you have depression, I want you to look into my eyes and feel like the good Lord is just touching you, giving you some relief and hope. I pray for this in the name of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hey, call me. Come in for a free session of consultation. Thank you so much for listening. You got the best center to get help right here in Phoenix. Give me a call for a free session. That's Sam Maranto, 957-4669. You got the best sleep clinic in the whole world right here in Phoenix. Give me a call at Sam Maranto for a free session, 957-4669. I'm Sam Maranto. I've been at the same location 37 years. If you got to lose weight, stop smoking, control depression or stress, come in for a free session. Hi folks, I'm Sam Maranto. I've been at the same office 37 years. Nobody in the world has ever lasted that long, not even Sigmund Freud. If you have a problem with weight, some of my customers come back after 30 years telling me they still got lasting results, lost 100 pounds, 50 pounds. People with insomnia, severe back pain, headache pain, cancer pain, stopping smoking, drugs, alcohol, been all over, didn't get results. They got results here and you can get results too.
I'm Chaplain Howard Moses. Sam Maranto helped me take off 110 pounds. I've kept it off for 10 years. Oh, thank you, Sam. Thank you.
My name is Lori, and I came to Sam Maranto. I've lost 50 pounds.
They got results here and you can get results too. Come in for a free session. That's Sam Maranto, Sam Maranto. Don't forget my name, Sam Maranto. Come in for a free session, 957-4669.